Hello, my political life fellow Americans. It's me, Life Music, and this is my political life video blog. Here's the explanation of what I did last Monday night on Primetime News on the Hallmark channel. I blasted Jorge Ramos in the face because you know why? This is for theblaze.com. Because I'm battling out Jorge Ramos, Univision and Fusion Anchor, guy, Jorge Ramos. And I tried to ask this simple question and he botches it. So because I blasted last Monday night, and that's why Jorge Ramos argued against what he perceives to be demonized of illegal aliens. This is what happens. This is what you call this one. Yeah, you guessed it. Your worst nightmare ever. Listen to this. Listen to this. From my voice of reason.
Here now to debate the issue, Univision News anchor, Fusion host Jorge Ramos. Jorge, are you at all concerned about Americans that have been killed by illegal immigrants? Are you at all concerned about the drugs that have come into this country? Are you all concerned about the money Americans have to pay for illegal immigrants as it relates to our educational system, our healthcare system, our criminal justice system? Because you say you don't recognize the country. Well, I think America is a country of law. Do any of these things impress you at all, or bother you at all, or you have any concern for your fellow American citizen?
Stop. Now, get this. Last summer, on File Songs on NPR Music, here's what Jorge Ramos tried to, interrupting President Trump on purpose. Yes, he interrupts President Trump. I give him wicked reasons why I don't believe. Because when Jorge answers the question, he interrupts it. He interrupts this President Trump's a question. And you know the story. Just like me and my dad just arguing back and forth about politics, and so is real life chores or whatever happens. So it's just a story. But here in this day and age of my political life, arguing, so who knows? But enough of that. Listen to Jorge Ramos' wishful thinking answer. Listen to this.
Absolutely. And no one here, Sean, and this is very important, no one here, including me, is defending criminals in this country. No one here is defending terrorists or rapists. No one is doing that. But the way you are presenting this issue is absolutely wrong. Completely biased. Because you are presenting...
excuse me, Jorge, with all due respect,
I'm not
going to let you challenge my facts.
I'm willing to debate with you, Sean, but just let me give you my argument.
But
let me give you my argument, and then we'll
give me all the arguments you want. Let's stick to the facts.
Okay.
You see? You say, like I said, Jorge, you're not going to challenge me. The facts. These are the facts. Did I just warn you? Now, if I gave you the facts of what happens in illegal immigration, guess what? What? I gave you this status, I gave you the numbers, and all that. Now you want me to challenge the facts? No. You're wrong. Wrong. Go on.
All right. This is the reality. The vast majority of immigrants in this country, the vast majority, Sean, are not criminals, are not terrorists, and are not rapists. Check the report by the American Immigration Council. Immigrants are less likely
what the hell is he talking about?
Than those born in the United States. Immigrants are less likely to be behind bars than U.S. citizens.
Oh,
that's not true.
You're wrong.
Well, I mean, those are the 30%.
Let me give you the 70,000 people that went to a federal prison.
You're wrong. You're wrong. Jorge, You are definitely wrong. Wrong. You know why? Because wrong, wrong. I object, Your Honor. 36% a representative of the 70,000 people went to federal prison. And that's just not true. True. You see, the facts are for your information because I don't think anybody the true number knows about the true numbers. And the numbers are many people are using. Now, that's the fact. You, Jorge, is not the fact. The matter is, because everybody else can be civilized. And you know what happens? In this fiscal year of 2015, 36.6% of the 70,000 criminals have been committed illegal immigrants. And what happens next? Well, it has 642,000 crimes. It's not the majority of rape, sexual assault, murders of people in Texas. You know what the Bible says? Thou shalt not commit adultery. You know what the Bible says? You shall not adultery. Think about it. If you one of the few, and comes to mind. Think about this. I ask you a question, and everybody knows that the transient is the people, because Americans have overpaid many years of illegal aliens, health care, schooling for their children and others, and you encounter that many illegal aliens to pay taxes and work jobs that the American people don't want to work. You crazy. You must be out of your mind, Ramos. Okay, last and certainly not the least, as I wrap this up, as far as we're concerned, the debate continues with a second segment of extreme vetting, in which I turn over legal immigration to refugee immigration, and I'm asking this question to your fat face. And you.
And welcome back to Hannity Street. Continue our debate.
Fat face about this one. So, listen to this for the second time.
Okay, we know that we have an enemy. It's called radical Islam. I'll put up on the screen what is the law, and that is whenever a president finds the entry of any alien or any class of aliens into the United States would be detrimental to the interests of the United States, he may, by proclamation, and for such period as he deems necessary, suspend the entry of all aliens or any class of aliens as immigrants or non-immigrants, or impose on the entry of aliens any restriction he may deem appropriate. So we have these 7 countries, and there are others, I would say the list needs to be bigger, that have ties to terror. And what he's saying is we are going to probably inconvenience people to make sure that They are not the people that James Comey and the CIA director and assistant FBI director and the National Director of Intelligence and former special envoy to defeat ISIS all told the country that ISIS will infiltrate the refugee population. Do you support extreme vetting to protect Americans and not gamble with their lives?
Well,
Now watch. Now watch. As I said so in the first place. Watch Jorge Ramos spew a lie right in everybody's faces with slaughtering babies. So it's just like babies as far as we're concerned. Now watch the lie. Listen to this answer.
what I can't understand is that the same country that gave me all
can't
the
even
opportunities
understand,
that
huh?
my country of origin
You couldn't even
could
understand,
give
huh?
me, now is
You
treating
couldn't even
other
understand, huh?
immigrants,
You couldn't even understand, huh?
So we should
discriminatory
gamble
way
with the
simply
lives of
because-
Americans?
Simply because they were born in another country.
Oh.
I mean,
Really, huh?
18 attorney
Even though
generals
we
don't
know,
agree with
even
you.
though we know they have a
John
connection
Kerry
to
and Madeleine
terror.
Albright don't agree with you. So you might think that you are right, Sean, but many people think that what Donald Trump
Jorge,
is doing
you
is
know what
really
you're doing?
undermining
Oh,
the national
God.
security of the
Jorge.
United States. That's your point of view, Sean.
Wait,
I
hang
respect
on. You
told me
that,
my
but
point of
that's
view.
not the reality.
Here's the reality. This is a truth. Radical Islamists are at war with America. Need I remind you of Chattanooga,
Hello.
Fort Hood,
No, Dad,
the
so I
Boston
couldn't
bombing,
get to the
San
bar.
Bernardino,
Yeah.
the Orlando Pulse
I know.
nightclub, all that has happened. Let me finish. And I remind you of all these things, and these countries have contacts with terror. So you're willing to make this choice. Instead of the inconvenience of people from countries we know have ties to terror, because Obama told us that you are willing to gamble with the lives of Americans and not vet them. That, to me, do you really care about your fellow Americans at all? Do you care about their safety?
My kids were born
Oh,
here.
boy.
Paola and Nicolas, they were born here.
You
and
care
I'm glad
about
that you
Americans.
mentioned, and that I'm
Answer the
glad that
question.
you mentioned the Boston bombing. I'm glad that you mentioned San Bernardino. I'm glad that you mentioned 9/11. Because guess what? None of the terrorists involved in those acts, none of them are part of the seven
You're not
countries
answering my question.
that Donald Trump
You're not
is
answering my
trying
question.
to buy.
Excuse me.
How many takes it takes to take like a center roll inside a Tootsie Pop roll back in the 70s? The world will never know.
Hey, Larry.
Hello.
Surprise for you, Isaac.
The moral story is of my political life.
Isaac,
It's
can you hold for a
this.
second? Isaac, pause the video.
Pause.
Hold the table. It's your surprise.
You did? What's the surprise? Is it those books from school?
Isn't it fantastic?
Yeah.
You love books. You love books.
Well, look, here it is. The moral story is
Here you go, Isaac.
my parcel back in here.
This soccer book?
You got books.
From what? Like the part?
This has been challenged by email forms
Look, this is a
from the
level
debate
2.
court
Level 3.
and the opponents.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just curious. How did he get through with that but no not when he's not in ILA?
I know. Read the books first, okay?
Aww.
Alright, that way you can read them to mommy. Mom would be so impressed if you read them to her.
Yet. I don't have
Yes, you can. Yeah, that's where you have to practice, buddy.
I have no reading license.
Education first. Education's first.
Dude, these books are interesting. Interesting.
Oh gosh. The moral story is this. See? I wonder why I actually watch too much Power Rangers, but who knows? Anyways, my fellow Americans, that's my political life story, and I'm sticking to it. Especially Power Rangers. Good night.